Namaste! Grand Rising Big Cat Fire Signs. Welcome or welcome back to Big Cat Astrology, Big Cat Wave. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The planetary hot topics to add to your almanac over the next 7 days. On the 3rd of November, Juno enters Scorpio for about 2 months. Juno in Scorpio intensifies commitments, urging people to go beyond surface level connections and explore trust on a profound level. In Scorpio, Juno is drawn to depth, creating a desire to unravel emotional layers within relationships. With Alpheka's influence, this transit emphasizes loyalty, vulnerability, inviting people to form alliances where secrets are safe and valued. Also on the 3rd of November, Mars enters Leo for about 6 weeks. Mars in Leo brings a boost of personal power, encouraging assertive action and creative expression. This placement amplifies passion and determination, with people stepping up to defend your individuality and ideals. With Regulus enhancing bravery, this transit inspires courage to stand out, yet urges balance to avoid drama. Expect situations where individuals feel a strong urge to showcase talents or to take a leap of faith into areas they've long considered. On the 4th, the Sun in Scorpio trines Saturn in Pisces. The Sun trine in Scorpio provides structure, merging Scorpio's insight with Pisces' visionary resilience. This aspect encourages resilience and realistic approaches to overcoming personal challenges, especially those related to past disappointments. This is an ideal time for people to solidify their goals, especially those linked to personal growth or healing. On the 5th, the Moon enters Capricorn. The Moon in Capricorn encourages thoughtful emotional management, where rationality balances neutral impulses. In Capricorn, the Moon can feel restricted, focusing on handling feelings with responsibility and purpose. This is a practical period supporting clear decision-making and careful approaches to family or career responsibilities. On the 6th, the Moon in Capricorn sextiles the Sun in Scorpio. The Moon sextiles the Sun. This aligns inner desires with external actions, fostering emotional clarity and practicality. With Capricorn's pragmatism influencing the Moon, there's a focus on aligning feelings with purposeful steps towards transformation. This transit is beneficial for discussing plans with loved ones, where goals and responsibilities can be reviewed. On the 7th, the Moon in Capricorn is conjunct to Pluto in Capricorn. The Moon conjunct to Pluto derives a need for you to explore hidden feelings or reconsider entrenched beliefs, especially around control. Capricorn's influence demands a structured approach, highlighting ambition and intensity in handling responsibilities. This period may bring situations where deep-seated emotional issues are brought to light, especially around career and personal legacy. On the 8th, the Moon in Aquarius sextiles Mercury in Sagittarius. The Moon sextiles Mercury. It creates an open flow between feelings and communication, making discussions lighter and more innovative. Aquarius supports new ideas, while Mercury in Sagittarius brings optimism and big-picture perspectives to exchange. Expect a surge in creative problem-solving, where people may seek input from diverse perspectives and connect over shared interests. On the 9th, Venus in Sagittarius squares Neptune in Pisces. Venus squares Neptune casts a veil over relationships where idealism might obscure reality, especially in romantic or financial matters. Venus in Sagittarius encourages adventure and discovery, but Neptune's influence could blur boundaries or elevate fantasies. Under Foremohalt's mystic influence, there's a call to approach situations with discernment to avoid misinterpretations. In practical terms, this transit may see people drawn to escapism or creative expression, but with a need to ground your expectations. Please stay tuned in for the tarot reading to follow. Big Cat Wave! Namaste! Grand Rising Big Cat Fire Signs. Welcome or welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555 for messages for your next 7 days. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Big Cat Wave. Let's dive right in and unpack. Oh, you have the energy of a 5. So you are releasing something, darling dears. You've been through some form of conflict, and it's about the full-on change that you're about to bring into your life at this moment in time. Okay. The energy of the 5, darling dears, is the middle of the low shoe grid. Okay, this is where your good fortune is. Okay, your center of all good things coming towards you. It's representative of the element of the earth sign, darling dears. So some of these things could be related to your funds, darling dears, your finances, your career, your business, your possessions, darling dears. Your power colors for the next 7 days will be yellow as well as earth tones. Okay, good. All right, let's examine the dice. The energy of the 2 tells me it's going to be an extremely fortunate period for you. Helpful people guiding you along the way. Okay, you have good news coming towards you. It could be in the form of compliments, gifts. As I said, good people guiding you in the right direction, darling dears. It tells me as well that if you have any form of travel plans, whether for business or for recreation, they're going to go fabulous, gorgeous and lovely. It also tells me that some of you are taking the time to broaden your horizons in the sense of reading uplifting books, meditating, that sort of thing, darling dears. We have the energy of the 3. The 3 speaks of what? Conflict, darling dear. Yeah. Hey. They haven't forgotten you, darling dears. They have not forgotten you. And you're saying, but Case, who are they? I told you, bestie. They, them, and They, them, and The energy of the 2 is also representative of the 2nd house. The 2nd house is about how you tend to your physical body as well as your money, your possessions. As I said, your possessions could be your car, your furniture, your clothes. It speaks of your hidden talents. It speaks about you utilizing said hidden talents. People you see as close family, darling dears. It also is representative of your first child. Something to do with somebody working for the government. Okay. All right. Let's press on. It's also about the past, darling dears. The 3rd house is the house of communication. It's the house of your younger siblings, aunts, uncles, nephews, nieces. So we're narrowing it down. Who's gossiping about you, darling dears? Because the 3rd house is about full-on gossip. They are utilizing the mobile phones, darling dears. But it also says that some of you may be on a path of learning a new language, going into higher learning, because the 3rd house is about schools, it's about teachers, it's about libraries. It's also about shock. So somebody's utilizing the mobile devices to send around something to do with shock at this moment in time. Okay, the 3rd house is also about your ground transportation, and as I said, any form of travel is going to go fabulous, gorgeous and lovely for you over the next 7 days. We've even got the snake eyes on top, darling dears. So somebody is definitely narrowing in on what you've got going on. Okay, the energy of the 2-3, darling dears, it speaks about it's about a debt being repaid, whether it's a financial debt. Well, we did have the element of the earth energy, darling dear, so it could be a financial debt that you're paying off at this moment in time. The energy of the 5 also speaks about you being blamed for something, darling dears. I said something is going to come up around your firstborn child, or it could be around your extended family members, siblings, uncles, aunts, nephews and nieces, but they are definitely utilizing the mobile for this, darling dears. Okay. Right. The energy of the 5 itself, according to the 48 laws of power, is telling you to what? Protect your reputation. If you're hanging with 4 bottom feeders, guess who'll be number 5? I just saw 444 on the counter, darling dears. This is telling me that you are on the right path. You're being protected at this moment in time. And whatever foundation you're building, darling dears, is being built in a stable way. It's also telling me that you're keeping an eye on your close family and your future, whatever future that is you're building, darling dears. That's if you have a family, or it could be the family that you're building towards. Okay. Yeah. As far as come on, Case, the rune stones are concerned, the energy of the 4 is representative of the magician, darling dears. So it tells me that some of you may even be stepping into a more leadership position. This is about you being in your power, holding your vision, darling dears. But something, your word, somebody's going to try and test your word and bond. Make sure you stand by what you said, darling dears. You said what you said in my Nene Leaks voice. You'll be given words of power. It also speaks about communication. Magician is Gemini energy, 3rd house again, darling dears. Listen, when it rains, it pours, and it's pouring at this moment in time. The 3rd house, the Mercury energy, also representative of Virgo energy, so it's to do with doctor's visits, darling dears. Maybe somebody wants you to assist with doctor's visits, go with them. But it's also about you, because it's bringing up the Virgo energy as well, which is the culmination of the 5 houses before. It's a reminder for you to take care of your mind, your mental health. It will involve the jobs that you do, your everyday routines, your rituals, and how you thrive as a person. Somebody's about to change their diet as well, and something to do with pets is coming up as well. Okay. All right. Let's press on. Let's press on. Okay. I'm going to stop it and start it again, so I'll be able to put in all of the elements in the read and continue. Okay, so you got some gossipers on you like white on rice. We're going to go with the pink cards because we want them to open their heart and leave you alone. Oh, fell right off the back end. Yeah, they need to take a picture of what you got going on, darling dears. It will last longer, right? And whoever you left behind, they was the downgrade for you, darling dears. Listen, I don't care if it's family, friend, lover, whomever is behind. They're making their fingers and the mobiles go get to talking and flirting. Somebody would like to flirt with you, darling dears. Listen, I didn't mean for that to happen, and this happened. Don't study me. You'll never graduate. Listen, bestie, fire sign. You ain't playing with them. But somebody wants to flirt with you. Okay. Okay. Oh, good golly and gosh, I forgot to light my candle. That was an oversight. So somebody, the things that they're bringing up, darling, is an oversight in your life. Something that does not mean nothing. Okay. The energy of the 5, according to the major arcana, is representative of the Hierophant, darling dears. This is Taurus energy. The Hierophant is about you creating you're very traditional with your views, darling dears. It also speaks about your spiritual wisdom is being called at this moment in time. Yeah, maybe even your religious beliefs, darling dears. But as I said, you're based in tradition. Energy of the 5, darling dears. I love it. I don't hate it. It also affects the body parts of the throat, the neck, and your voice. So whatever's going on with you right now, darling dears, it possibly started around April, May this year, and the culmination will be April, May next year, or it's about to start at that time. So keep that in mind and mark that on your almanac. Again, the Hierophant energy speaks about tradition, higher education, possibly religious wisdom. Okay. It's also about the Hierophant. It's also about social acceptance, but I think you're past that, because wherever you're leaving, darling dears, it was a downgrade for you. Remember, I told you that they need to take a picture. Yeah, But somebody definitely wants to flirt with you. Hierophant energy could also speak about a situation or circumstance that could lead to a long-term situation, whether a marriage or a solid friendship. Friends, how many of us have them, darling dears, that we can actually trust? Okay, let's press on. We're not picking on no one. I told you, I'm a pointer, not a picker. Let's get your overall oracle message so that we can press on. Sometimes the cards will make me go for it 2 and 3 times, even more than that, to get the specific card that they want to come out, right? It's about your creativities, darling dears. This is the energy of the 12, which goes down to a 3. The 3 is representative in the major arcana of the Empress, right? You knowing your worth and adding tax. It also speaks about abundance, something to do with the arts. You're into the arts, or what you do is very creative. The energy of the 3 is also the 3rd house, and the 3rd house is the house of what? The gossiping gossipers. Yeah, the bad news bear. Yeah, a boy or girl, they're chopping it up about you, darling dears. But it's about the creativities that you bring to the table. We've got the 7 sisters in the background. Could be as many as 7 people trying to take you down, darling dears. As I said, they're utilizing the mobile devices even as we speak. Okay, to the decks. Okay, oh, base of your deck, you've got a Tower moment, darling dears. Good golly and the gosh. Whenever we see the Tower, darling dears, it's telling, number one, it speaks about catastrophe, something coming to an end, an abrupt ending, right? A sudden ending in a situation, darling dears. It also speaks about, this could represent a divorce, the ending of a relationship, something that had a lot of arguments going on. It was something that came to crisis point. And you may, at this moment in time, my fire sign, be feeling the loss of that situation. But remember, that person or people was a downgrade to what you've got going on. Okay? Okay. When we see the Tower as well, it speaks about you releasing some form of old pattern, darling dears. This is definitely transformative energy, pushing you towards breakthroughs. Okay? It's about you continuing to embrace this situation with courage and decisiveness, because this is most definitely a new beginning for you. Let's give it a good shufty. See what else is going on for you, bestie. But the Tower is definitely setting, it's setting the tone. Good golly and gosh. I'm going to take the top cards off of each this deck. Okay. 9 of Swords, darling dears. As I said, there's a lot of talking about you, darling dears. People trying to break you down on a mental level. As I said, they're going backwards and forwards with the text messaging. The Hierophant, good golly. And the gosh, darling dears. And the gosh on his forehead. This is about some people that are extremely immature. They're betraying betrayers. What they're doing to you at this moment in time, or did to you in the past, it was a crime scene, darling dears, and it created a lot of health issues within you, as well as codependency, possibly, right? They deliberately set out to misunderstand whatever it is that you was bringing to the table. When we see the Hermit in reverse, this is your coming out party, and it's also a spiritually guided card where God is telling you not to stay there where they try to put you in this box. Don't stay there. Why? Because this is on the top of the deck as well. The devil is in the details, darling dears. Yeah, this is codependency. People that like to abuse you, darling dears, push you around. Somebody that had you in a mental stronghold, darling dears. But this is about you releasing, because these people are people that you simply have to let go. The devil being here could also speak about you fighting with yourself. It could be you trying to release some kind of addiction or addictive behavior, darling dears, including the codependency, giving that up. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. It's been a long time coming, darling dears, for you to let go whatever needs to be let go of. Okay. Knight of Pentacles also tells me that you've shown a lot of determination, darling dears, but it's about you continuing to be thorough. Let go of what no longer serves you, because it's going to bring you towards what you truly deserve. Pentacles, darling dears, Pentacles. And as I say it, you see it. The 6 of Pentacles, success, darling dears, moving forward. Oh, I love it. I don't hate it. Victory, darling dears. Recognition for all of the hard work you've done to undo whatever it is they try to keep you down with. Base of the deck, the King of Rods, darling dears. It tells me that you are futuristic thinking. Some of you are natural born leaders. Public speaking is your thing, darling dears. The King of Wands also tells me that you've been tapping into your psychic abilities. Well, you are fire energy, darling dears. And the first card that came out for you was Swords. That is definitely spiritual energy on your side. Okay. The King of Wands also speaks about you being more in your authority, darling dears. Yeah, definitely ready to take charge of this new situation, turning your back on things that no longer serves you. It also says that your ships will be coming in, darling dears, once you realize that this situation is not for you. We've got the Ace of Wands with the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, darling dears. As I said, the wicked are still watching you. Ace of Wands, you're focused on your work. You're focused on a new beginning. For some, this could also speak about a budding relationship that's coming towards you. Yeah, because you're now a techno chat. Whoever you left in the past must stay there. You're the empress or emperor of everything you survey. And again, going back to the energy of the 3, darling dears, you knowing your worth and adding tax. Yeah, someone is about to be recognized as a major craftsperson for whatever line you could be in. The Pentacles could represent online, but it could represent in your community, darling dears. But it's about you being recognized. This is also my marriage card. For some, you have a partner coming towards you. For others, you're stepping into a more leadership role because of your futuristic thinking. Remember, I told you that. Let's get one final card, and then we're out of here. To what? That's right, bestie, to get great. Yeah. A main male, someone who's a number 2, someone who took the P or possibly the shit in your life, darling dears. Someone who now realizes that whoever they've let go in the situation, that was the number 1. This is someone who is full of themselves, and it's the energy of the 1, the magician. This could be the magician in the reverse, a con person, a hoodwinker, darling dear, someone who's extremely manipulative. But remember, whenever we see answers, the magician energy, remember God and the ancestors are watching over you. Base of the deck, darling dears. It was definitely somebody within your family that took the piss, all the shit in your life. Let them go, darling dears. Yeah, and if it's someone that chose someone over you, this person will always be a number 2 to you. On that note, I drops me mic. Todd love to my Teesprings, my Patreon, or my TikToks, where I also upload videos. Thank you very much for your continued support of me and this channel. Please don't forget to like and subscribe so you can be in tune for when I'm dropping some more intel, whether it's astrology, numerology, or tarot. And as I always say, don't get smoked. And don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, big cat wave. Until we meet again. On these tarot streets, cat, 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 cat.